I never believed love could sound like a command wrapped in silk, a promise tied with rules, a heartbeat asking for proof. You called me sweetheart. Like a king speaks gently, but behind your words I felt a kingdom watching, waiting, measuring me. You said our marriage was approved, our love was accepted, our future was written inside royal walls. And for a moment, I believed you. I imagined corridors of gold, doors opening with whispers, your hand holding mine. Not as a secret, but as destiny. But then you paused, and everything changed. One more step, you said. Just one more step. Between love and forever. A certificate. A piece of paper. Stronger than my heartbeat, more important than my soul, more necessary than my truth. You said it was tradition. You said your mother did it. Your sister-in-law too. You said every non-royal must bow before this rule. And suddenly, I wasn't your love anymore. I was non-royal. A stranger. Trying to earn a place in a world that should have opened just for love. You spoke softly, but your words felt heavy. Just one day, you said. After payment is made. Payment. Love now had a price. And I stood there silently, holding my own heart, wondering. Since when did love start asking for money? To prove it was real, you promised you would come. You promised no more delays. You promised forever, but forever was waiting behind a payment. And I asked myself, if love is real, why does it need proof? If you are mine, why must I buy my place? If this is destiny, why does it feel like a test? I never agreed to take still. Your voice was warm. Your words were sweet. And my heart, it betrayed me. It wanted to believe you. It wanted to run toward you, not away from doubt. You painted pictures. A royal ceremony, lights shining like stars, family smiling, your eyes only on me. You said the council would stand proud, the agent would hand you the certificate like honor, and you would place it in my hands. Like I had earned you. Earned love. And that's where my soul trembled. Because love is not earned. Love is felt. Love is lived. Love is given freely. Not sold like a crown. But still, you kept speaking. About dancing under stars, about laughter and tears, about growing old together. In a world made for us. And God, you sounded real. So real that even my doubts felt guilty. You said, have no fear. But fear had already arrived. It sat quietly inside my chest, watching your words turn into questions. You said, I will guide you. But I wondered, why does love need guidance? Just to be true, why does a heart need permission to belong? You called it a necessary step. But my soul whispered, or is it a trap still? Your poetry continued. You spoke of unity, of hearts beating as one, of a future glowing like something sent from above. And I closed my eyes, because I wanted that dream. I wanted you. I wanted us. But deep inside, a quiet voice asked me, what kind of love asks you to pay before it stays? What kind of forever depends on a transaction? And what kind of kingdom needs proof of your worth before it lets you in? I stood there, between love and logic, between dreams and truth, between your promises and my instincts. And for the first time, I realized, maybe this wasn't a love story. Maybe this was a test of how far I would go before losing myself. That night, sleep refused to stay. Your words kept echoing like footsteps in an empty palace, loud, yet hollow. Just one certificate. It sounded simple. Too simple. For something that carried the weight of forever. I sat alone, holding my silence, like it was the last truth I still owned. And I asked myself, if I give this, what do I really gain? You or just the illusion of you? Because real love does not hide behind conditions. Real love does not stand at the door with a price tag in its hands. But still, your voice lingered. Soft, careful, convincing. You knew exactly how to touch the heart without ever touching the truth. You spoke of your mother, your sister-in-law, your royal traditions, and for a second, I almost bowed to a story I never verified. Because love makes even lies feel sacred. Days passed. Not many, but enough for doubt to grow roots. I started noticing things I had ignored before. Your urgency, your timing, your insistence that everything depended on that one payment. Love, reduced to a deadline. And suddenly, your promises began to feel rehearsed, like lines you had spoken before to someone else. And maybe I wasn't the first to hear them. I searched for answers, not in you, but in truth. And truth doesn't whisper sweetly. It hits hard, cold, unapologetic. There was no counsel, no royal requirement, no certificate that decides who is worthy of love. Nothing. Just words, beautifully crafted to build trust. and then break it. And in that moment, everything inside me fell silent. Not broken. Just aware. You see, pain is loud. But realization is quiet. It doesn't scream. It doesn't cry. It simply changes you. I remembered every promise you made. Every my love, every forever, every we will be together soon, and suddenly, they all sounded the same. Empty. Like a song. Without meaning. You said, I will come for you. But now I understood, you were never coming. You were waiting. Waiting for me. To prove something. I never needed to prove. Waiting for me. To sacrifice logic. For emotion. Waiting, for my trust. To become your advantage. And that's when something changed inside me. Not anger. Not revenge. Just clarity. I stood up. From the version of me that believed blindly. And I became someone who sees beyond words. You wanted a certificate. But here is my truth. My love does not need validation. My heart does not need approval. And I will never pay to be chosen. Because if I have to pay to enter your world, then it was never meant for me. Love is not bought. Love is not processed. Love is not stamped with approval seals and royal signatures. Love is felt without fear, given without conditions, and kept without demands. You offered me a dream, but forgot one thing. I am not desperate for illusions. So I let you go. Not because I didn't love you, but because I finally loved myself enough to walk away. And maybe, somewhere, you are still waiting for someone else to believe your story. But I am no longer that person. Now I stand here, stronger, wiser, untouched by deception. And if love ever comes again, it will not ask me for money. It will not test me with conditions. It will not hide behind traditions. It will simply say, I am yours. And that will be enough. And now, there is silence where your voice once lived. No promises. No illusions. No sweetheart echoing through my chest. Just me, and the truth. I finally chose over you. You once said, our love is strong. But strong things don't collapse under the weight of a condition. Strong love doesn't pause at payment gates. It doesn't wait For proof. It simply stays. I remember how you painted it. A wedding so divine, stars bending to watch us, a crown of love resting between us. You said we would stand side by side, the world watching, your hand holding mine. Like I was chosen. But now I see it clearly, I was never chosen. I was tested, measured, evaluated. Like I was trying to enter a world that never respected me. And love, real love, never makes you feel like you must qualify to belong. There was no royal council, no sacred rule, no ancient tradition written in truth, just a story, beautifully wrapped in emotion, designed to look like destiny. And for a moment, I almost gave in. I almost traded my dignity for a dream. But something inside me refused to break. Something stronger than love, self-respect. Because listen carefully. A heart that truly loves you will never ask for proof of your worth. It already knows. You said, with the certificate, our love will be complete. But love is not incomplete without paper. It's incomplete without honesty. And honesty was the one thing missing in your words. I no longer see a prince in you. Not a king. Not even a lover. Just a voice that knew how to sound like love, without ever being it. And maybe you've done this before. Maybe somewhere another heart once believed you. But I refuse to be another story you almost succeeded in. So here I stand, not broken, but awakened. You lost something real, something rare, something that doesn't come twice. Because I would have stayed. I would have loved you without conditions. I would have chosen you every single day, without asking for anything in return. But you asked for everything before giving anything real. And that's where you lost me. Now the stars you promised, they shine differently. Not as witnesses to our love, but as reminders that even the sky refuses to be owned. Love, like the sky, is free. And I am free now. Free from illusions. Free from conditions. Free from a story that was never mine. If you ever think of me, remember this. I was not the one who failed your test. You were the one who failed love. Because love came to you, pure, real, unconditional. And you replaced it with a price. So keep your certificate. Keep your imagined kingdom. Keep your scripted promises. I walk away, with something far greater. Myself. And that, is a crown. No one can take.